Tell us, what are some of these weird things people do, dog? Like,
Man, that's going to be M-rated for sure. All the clients that he attracts are literally idiots. Like, dude, they're actual roid head morons. I did not build a business to be a therapist. I built a
and to
business
go chase
freaking
people
drive
around. I don't want to help somebody that doesn't first desire to be helped.
Some of the shit I say will lose me customers. And he was like, oh, you don't know me? I'm like, dude, I do know you.
You just told me. I just seen it.
See, we were told
Okay.
that having problems is normal.
We're told having problems is normal.
And it's like, bro, just because you hold on to a problem doesn't make you cooler than the next person. He killed himself. And I'm like, I didn't believe it. So I questioned it. You know, I got attorneys involved. And me being the curious person that I am, this guy was nowhere to be found, actually. Winds up, he went missing. And I guess he opened up a new phone. Call it, he answers.
Welcome to another episode of the Gynergy Effect podcast. Today's guest has generated over $148 million in paid advertising revenue. He's on the top Inc. 5000 list. He runs ads for some of the biggest names in coaching and real estate. He wrote the book literally called Ads That Sell. But before all of that, he was a college dropout with no direction, no plan, no money, and the one that watched a YouTube ad, and it changed everything. The ad guy was built by an ad.
Yep.
Jason Wojo.
That's good, bro.
Let's go, dog.
Good intro.
You like that?
Yeah.
Let's go. We got to bring the energy, man.
Yeah, I love it.
Can't just be like everybody else. So, Jason, the irony is almost too perfect. You build a career creating ads that change people's businesses. But your life was changed by an ad, and you didn't even mean to watch. What was going on in your world when the ad showed up?
I was in culinary school, and that was my first year in college. I was going to labs and doing all this. I went to SUNY Delhi. Maybe you know where that is. It's just upstate New York. It's about Oneonta, Syracuse area. And I did that. Realized it wasn't for me. And it used to snow up in SUNY Delhi a lot. You know, it's upstate New York around January, February time. And we had this big snowstorm. And I was like, dude, I have nothing to do. All the classes got shut down because it was that bad. And I went into the back of my car and I found this shoebox. And it had Pokemon cards that I brought from home because I thought I was going to keep collecting and playing, but college got in the way, obviously. And then I basically just started flipping them on eBay. Right? My dad was weird when I was in college. I know that parents sometimes give their kids money in college. My dad was weird. He used to send me $180 a month. It was the weirdest number ever. And we joke it as the very day. I was like, why did I get $180 a month? Which, to be truthful, was not a lot. It did not go very far. But, obviously my parents did their best. And I didn't have enough money to do things that were fun. I wasn't the guy who brought all the beers to the parties. I wasn't the guy who, was able to pay for some of his friends to get in. It wasn't enough. All right? I wanted to eat pizza more often. There was a Price Chopper there next to us, and, I just didn't have enough money to do anything. Yeah. So, instead, what I did was I started flipping these cards on eBay. That's where I learned, eBay arbitrage. Yeah. And I started watching YouTube videos, trying to get better at that. What cards were the best? Basically, it ran me down the rabbit hole of how to make money online.
How to make money online.
Yep. And then I saw Ty Lopez's ad. Obviously, R.I.P. He's dealing with some bullshit right now. But
it's a hot topic. Man.
It's a hot topic for sure.
I know a lot of people that he impacted their life significantly.
So. His stuff's really good.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with the course world is that you'll give it to 100 people and 3 of them get results. And it's because the 97% of them didn't want to do anything with it.
They didn't want to do the work.
Right. So when he's pitch 7-day free trials, walk into businesses, do this cold email thing, get this platform, it's $97 a month. Most people just have so much friction. They're like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah.
But I went at it full steam. I had nothing to lose. That's why it was important for me to get into it when I was younger. I was like, I got nothing to lose. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And then I started, I dropped out of culinary school, told my parents it wasn't for me. I moved back in with them. They were cool with that. And then I went to a community college nearby. Business, just business and finance was my subsector or whatever. And while I was doing that, I was, taking less classes, doing more cold outreach and stuff on the side to make some money. And I started pitching barbershops, restaurants, anything that was home service, local business, not cafes. They didn't have enough money because the margins are small at cafes, but you get the point. Anything that was brick and mortar, I was running into. I found a trophy shop. that trophy shop, wind up finding a really cool product that we did on shop. That was my like first time getting a client to like $1,000 a day in revenue. Small number for now, but like, you know, like I had this cup. It was pink. It was called Drunk Wives Matter.
Drunk Wives
Dude, it
Matter.
was so good. And it went viral on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
And I ran that, and we ran to a Shopify store, and we took like $30,000 a month, whatever the hell we were doing. And then he wound up getting an in-house team. I moved to Orlando, Florida, because over those 3 years I was working with Todd, I wound up, you know, making a little bit of money. I was maybe making like $2,000, $2,200 a month. I saved some money. I was like, all right, let me go move somewhere. Like, I don't want to live in New York forever, and the taxes are high, and I just like don't really like the politics there. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna move. And went to Orlando, Florida, and then I just like literally started my life. I knew nobody in Orlando. I picked up that, you know, that vibe because when I was younger, I went on a cruise when I was younger, one of our family trips, and I saw palm trees in Fort Lauderdale where the boat docked. And I was like, bro, if I'm going to move anywhere, I was like, dude, I'm going to live where there's palm trees.
I said the same thing when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Man. It's like,
and then when I picked that destination, I found a college house that was there next to UCF, which is in Oviedo, Florida. And I lived right outside of that in some like college house. I was paying $750 a month in rent. And that's the best I could do. You know, I had a car note, had insurance, had food, had insurance, health insurance, like all the shit I was taking on. So I wasn't really making much, but that's then where I like got really motivated because I was on my own. I was scared to like fail and have to go back home and be like, yeah, like
I did it again. I failed again. I'm coming back again.
Yep. So like that was the motivator for me, and then from there, just things took off from there. I had a lot of like, you know, self accountability, which was like hard for a lot of people when they're like alone. People get lonely and shit. They just tend to do weird stuff. So, like, you know, for me, it was...
what are some of the weird stuff that you did when you got lonely, bro? Tell us. What are some of these weird things people do, dog? Like...
Man, that's going to be M-rated for sure. But, like, yeah, dude, like... when you're alone, you just tend to do, like, weird shit, and no one holds you accountable. So I decided to move in that house because I was like, you know what? I'm going to avoid myself doing weird shit. Because if I'm going to do anything weird, other people are going to see me do it. Yeah. So that's why I picked a house instead of a college house, because all of them were going to college. And I was like, okay, I'm running a business. I don't go to college anymore. I can feel their youthfulness still. Right. I still want to hold onto my innocence. Like, bro, I hate people who are like, yeah, you should be more mature. I'm like, bro, who the fuck has time for that?
I say one of the number one indicators of somebody that's going to be successful, or somebody that successful people want to be like around, is that childlike curiosity, that childlike joy. If you carry that childlike curiosity and that childlike joy into the world every single day of your life, what do you think happens?
Yeah, you're going to be way more optimistic about shit. Some people grow up too fast. Like, I have friends who are 23 to 25. They got married. They got fucking kids. I'm like, bro, what the hell is going on here? And then, like, you want to schedule things with them, and then it always revolves around the wife. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, like, I'm going to Denver next week to see all my friends from when I lived in Tampa. We haven't seen them in 3 to 4 years. Whose fault is that? Not fucking mine, because I've been always the one who's like, yo, let's get on a plane.
Because they're all wifed up with babies and everything else. They got all the...
I got to check in with her first. I'm like, who pays the rent? All right, get the fuck on a plane. Like, this is crazy, bro. So
I know you're sharing with me a little bit of what you thought for birth control or whatnot. If you're a woman and you're with a man and you're not on birth control, you should be worried if...
Yeah, like... It's this thing where, like, bro, I just think that... Like, people are having kids when they can't even take care of themselves. Right. And they get married, and then the marriage then turns into, oh, because we're married, we now have to have kids. Right. It's like, that's not really true.
So what you're saying is solidify yourself.
Yeah. Like, you got to make money first.
Build your skill set, build who you are as a human being, create value into the world. Yeah. And then go create those seeds and those spawns.
Because then, like, if you create more value, you obviously make more money in turn of that. Right. You have more abundance, you have more impact. Okay, cool. If we have more abundance and impact, now I can give a kid what the kid deserves.
If we have more abundance, yeah, maybe it's more than $180. But I will say that probably, maybe you wouldn't be right here where you are right now if your dad gave you $2,000 a month. Yeah, because you wouldn't have had that hunger and that fire.
That would have been a lot back then. Damn.
He may have known, you know, more than we even give him credit for right now. Yeah. All your success right now, you better call him after this.
I remember there was one time, bro, where my car got fucked up. Yeah. I had a freaking shitty Ford Focus, but like it was all I could get.
I had a Ford Taurus.
Yeah. Like a cop car.
Tinted windows. I have all blacked out with the hubcaps, bro. I had these hubcaps.
My God.
They looked like wheels because they had the little brake, pads in
Was
the
that
back.
the ones that looked like a cop car?
Yeah. And then I had 212s in the back, bro.
Those things always scared me. I'd be
It looked
like,
gangster.
It
was dark blue with, it was funny, though. It was funny.
But like, dude, like my brake pads went. And that was my first realization of what money did.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I seen things when I was younger. My parents would fight about money. Oh, we can't do this, or you can't get that pair of shoes because this is too much.
Yeah.
Like, now you look at shoes, bro. Every pair of shoes I see now is like $200, $300.
Yeah.
Back then, $80 at Payless was a lot of money to my parents.
Yeah.
Going to Target versus Walmart, they never shopped at Target. Everyone was overpriced at Target. It was always Walmart. It was always Walmart and Adams.
Yeah.
And that's where they would go because everything else was too goddamn expensive. Yeah. So like that was the whole issue with my childhood, was mostly around money. So I thought that money was going to solve most of my problems.
That's what we all think growing up without money. I grew up just me and my dad. We didn't have not much at all. Yeah. And everything I had to be resourceful and figure it out. Yeah. So that became one of the catalysts that like I've been very high highs, low lows, high highs in my life, and at a young age I built a lot of success. What I didn't realize is that if you don't build up your other parts, your value system, who you are as a human being, become that grounded, that version of you, like every level has a different devil.
Yeah.
And if you don't focus in and you don't like shed those parts, because some of the things that get you to a certain point will be the same things that hold you back from taking that next step.
It's true. Like I had a lot of problems when I was first getting off the ground with like my emotions.
Yeah.
Because I was never emotional when I was younger because my parents were never home. They were too busy working.
Right.
So I was like, I don't know what that emotional, like, intelligence is supposed to look like. And then people were telling me, like, I had coaches years ago who were like, yeah, like once you hit 7 figures, you're not going to hit 8 unless you're good with people. And I was like,
yeah,
that's bullshit.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was the strongest piece of advice ever. Like, now it's more about people than myself.
Right.
So I'm like, shit, man, like, this is difficult. So I had to learn like emotional intelligence, and I did things to fix that. And then I went into my like intimate relationships and things like that. So
what would you say were some of those learning experiences? Those takeaways through maybe some hard lessons on emotional intelligence, on how to show up in maybe stressful environments, or because we've all part of this human experience. How we learn, man, is we make mistakes, we fail, and that's part of the growth. That's a beautiful part.
Yeah.
Right? When we look at it that way. But sometimes we hold on to that so tight, and we hold on to everything, and it's so hard to let go. And when we let go comes the blessings.
Yeah.
Right? But when we're holding on tight, that like we hold on to that weight and everything else.
Yeah.
Well, if somebody's going through that right now, what was kind of maybe a situation that you went through that you had to evolve, or like strategies that you implement now?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me were like 2 issues. One, I thought just because I had money that my intimate relationships were supposed to be easier. That was one issue I ran into. And the second one was the same thing with people inside of the business was, if I just paid you more, you'll suck it up. And then I realized what culture was.
Yeah.
And people don't really care as much about the money. Like, if they're going to make 10 grand a month, they'd rather make 8 and be happier.
That's
and I didn't think of it that way. I was like, oh yeah, we'll just throw money at problems and we'll just like solve shit. But then everyone's miserable on the back end. And now you turn an A player into like somebody who's mad and aggravated that's only working for a paycheck. And now it's not like this motivated, person. As far as like how I got through that, I had to reach out to coaches who did like childhood trauma work, like inner peace work, which sounds really corny and corny and
powerful.
Boring. But like, dude, it's really important stuff.
So important, bro.
And like, men are told, hold all your shit inside.
Yep.
And it's like, don't talk about your problems. Like, men are not supposed to cry. Like, one of the most pivotal moments in my life was when I actually cried for the first time in so long. Wow. And that was when I was in Orlando and I wasn't making enough money. And I wind up like getting a dog.
Yeah.
So I got this dog. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, I can give love to a dog. Like, I'm smart.
I got that emotional.
So, like, this will make me more emotionally strong.
Yeah.
Well, I had this dog for about 2 months. And then it died unexpectedly. Oh. Okay? This shit went through the roof with this dude. I woke up one morning, and the dog's, like, throwing up, and it's blue. And I'm like, all right, we should take this fucking dog
like, this
to
is
the vet.
not good.
But I didn't understand economics yet, dude. Like I was still like young. I'm still making $2,000 a month. I didn't understand economics of the ER.
Crazy,
bro. I didn't understand this yet.
Yeah.
So then, I didn't have that much money saved. I had like $7,000 saved. Whatever the hell I had. I think I had like $7,300 left. So I go to the vet, and basically I go to the vet, and they're like, hey, listen, you can get her stomach pumped because she had this thing where she was eating food and it wasn't digesting all the way. There was this white bile on the bottom of her stomach and basically just kept the food in there so that like her stomach was pressing up against her lungs, not helping her breathe as much. Crazy fucking disease, dude. I didn't know about it when I picked her up. She was just a little puppy, like 5 months old.
Yeah.
So what wound up happening is they were like, hey, you could stomach pump her, $3,000 every couple of months, or you just put her down. And like, bro, that was the first time where I really let money get in the way of like another person's living existence. I think dogs are like people. I think dogs are fucking great, bro. Yeah, sometimes dogs are better than people.
A lot of times dogs are better than
like,
people.
Bro,
I mean,
like I got 2 dogs now. I will pay whatever the fucking tab is to keep them alive.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I didn't have that much money.
You didn't,
so it was scarcity. So I obviously, you could probably tell, put the dog down. Yeah. And, bro, I fucking bawled my eyes out for like 4 hours, bro. I called my dad, and I was like, dude, like, does this make me a bad person? Like, I'm crying to my dad on the phone at 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, does this fucking make me terrible? Like, do I have to go to confession?
How's that come to Jesus moment
bro,
right there?
That shit was crazy.
Like,
and then that's when I realized, like, it wasn't the crying of the death. It was the fact that I let it happen.
Right.
Because I had the money, I would have done it.
Right.
And I just couldn't afford $3,000 every 60 days. I could barely fucking afford where I was living. I just didn't have the money.
There's 2 things. One, you felt helpless because this dog that you were like responsible for is like your baby. Yeah. That you have developing this emotional attachment to. Like all of a sudden something happened to it, and you weren't in a position to be able to solve and help.
And then I was even scared to ask my dad to help me out.
Yeah.
Because I was like, my dad, like, he was a scientist. He didn't make that much money. Yeah. He saved some money. He was just a lab tech. Like, I'm like, dude, could you lend me $3,000? But then what happens when the next $3,000 comes?
Right. That's a problem.
So now I'm like, should I just end it now and then not have to be like, oh, I took $3,000. Now I saved $3,000. By the time I get next month, I got rent due, all this shit. Now I'm down to like $4,000, and then like I'm all fucked up because of this $3,000 every 2 months. I can't even focus on the business. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna like put the dog. I validated it as put the dog out of its misery, because if it can't breathe while it's eating, like, is it really happy? Yeah. You obviously can't ask a dog if it's happy. You can't be like, hey, bro, you happy? And it's supposed to nod its head at you. Like, you don't know. Yeah. So you assume. And that's the hard part about dogs, man. Like, they're just so loving. Unconditional love. Regardless, bro. So, yeah, bro. That was the moment where I was like, I really let money get in the way of, like, something breathing or dying. And then that's when I just went on a fucking rampage, bro. Like, that was the moment for me.
Here's a line in the sand. Never again.
Never again.
Never will I be in this position where I feel helpless.
Yeah. Like, that was around, I forgot what. I think it was November or whatever. Yeah. I went from like fucking $2,000 a month to like $30,000 a month in 3 months. I went on a fucking rampage. You're like, hey. Yeah.
You know why? Because the pain of staying where you were was greater than the pain or the uncomfortableness of taking the actions to move forward. And a lot of times in life, we have to get to that point. Yeah. And that's that part where whatever was holding you back, you were able to let go of.
Yeah. And it's like, like, I'm okay welcoming pain, because I feel like in any relationship, you have your girl. You probably take on more pain than she does. That's your role, but it doesn't mean you don't talk about it. Right. Like, if you're going through some shit, you probably sit down with her, like, listen, this has been a rough day, right? I'm still going to take care of you, but, just realize that if I'm mad or whatever, it's not on you.
They have nothing to do with you.
Yeah. So it's just little things like that I thought was, childish. Yeah. I'm like, guys talking about their feelings, what a pussy. But I realized, I was like, that's actually important.
It's actually important.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's a strong realization, because, you go through different things in life. And I was going to talk to you about when you were a kid, you played ball. Mm-hmm. And then you had... I
had my HGH deficiency. Yeah. That sucked, bro. That sucked. My parents put so much time and money into those camps that I was going to.
What position did you play?
Point guard.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Dude, that shit was so tough. That was the one thing that I attached to my whole childhood. I was like, bro,
that was your identity.
Yeah, I was like,
your
I
identity.
could easily make it to the league.
Yeah.
I could easily make it to the league. And I was like, yo, I was getting scouted, going to the fucking camps.
Oh, you're like that. Yeah.
Oh, it was really fun, dude.
Yeah.
I went to Hoop Group 5-star. We were doing a pre-camp at Roger Williams University. Like I was literally gonna go to Dayton to play ball, and then they pulled it out because, dude, I was just too small. Couldn't keep up. They wouldn't even redshirt me.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, I guess ball is kind of out of the question, and that was due to money.
Yeah.
So a lot of my problems when I was a kid were just all about money.
Yeah.
And like, dude, when I was 10, 11, 12 years old, bro, I was fucking kids up.
It's funny, the psychology,
small,
man.
skinny,
Like,
yeah.
how much of our childhood trauma comes and surfaces in different ways in our life.
Yeah.
And then we see it. And then we see these patterns. And then we got a pattern recognition. Like, that's part of the evolution, right? And to become successful in life, we have to recognize patterns outside of us. But more importantly, we have to recognize those patterns inside of us. And once we're able to do that, that changes everything.
Yeah. So you were saying something before about holding on to things you've done in the past.
Yeah.
A lot of like people that you'll see in the this happens once in a blue moon, but it's just interesting to bring up. It's like people who are starting out their business, they will always attach something that they did prior to validate why they're good and trustworthy and yada yada yada. They'll be like, dude, I was so good at football in high school, like I'm gonna fucking kill this shit when I'm a business owner. And they're still idiots. Like, you know, when I was in, playing basketball in high school, I wasn't really a jock because I was skinny and I was counted out. So like, no girls were talking to me and shit. You know, I wasn't invited to the parties. But then I realized this one thing. When I was like, how do you get people to listen to you? So like when I was younger, right, when I was about 11 to 14 years old, people listened to me because I was good at basketball. Then everyone hits puberty. Now no one listens to me. So if no one's going to listen to me because of the way I look, I have to make money for people to listen to me. And that was the illusion that I put in my mind, which, like, it's not an illusion.
Yeah, because there's
like,
some validity to that.
It is true.
It's like the golden rule: the person with the gold makes the rules.
Yeah. So it's like, will people listen to me when I have money? Probably more than now. If I'm skinny, obviously they'll listen to me now.
All things equal.
Yeah, all things
equal. Money, no money. Do I want to listen to a guy with money that may have some sort of insight, or the guy that's just like...
So like a big motivator for me making more money was because I was tired of getting picked on because I just didn't hit puberty like everybody else.
You didn't come this far just to come this far.
Yeah, that was one thing that kind of pissed me off. Like that got to me for a little bit.
Yeah.
I was very like revenge, like what's the word? Vengeful?
Yeah, give you that fire.
Yeah. So, like, I don't talk to any of those kids now. It's funny because all those kids actually follow me on Instagram, so I see them, like, still bullshit, like, doing random bullshit. Yeah. But, like, it's like, I feel like karma's real, too. Because those kids that were really good at sports, they were all bullies. And 3 of them went to the MLB and tore their ACLs and shit, and now they don't play anymore. So I'm like, kind of serves that fucker right. Just side quest.
Low key, we all have that little bit of something down in there. You got that dog, It's
just like, like all the times that I was in gym class and you put my head in a locker, like, you know what, dude? Fuck you. I don't know.
It's good. It's
side
good.
quest.
Right? Tim Grover calls it like the dark side. We all got a little bit of that dark side. It's like, where do we pull that just drives us through some of those painful, uncomfortable, tired, fuck this moments, and it's like, that's what does it, man.
Because now I'm like in a place where, we kind of spoke on a little bit before, was like the whole inner peace thing. Like, I just don't feel the need to put people down anymore. Unless you do some dumb shit. Unless you actually do something crazy.
And then you're going to call
that's a high parameter. Like there's a meter for this. Like if you get me on a 7, I'm fine. Like, whatever. I'm used to getting fucked over.
What does it take? What does it take to get you going? What's that 9, that 9.5 that you're not going to be able to hold back?
It's probably 2 things. One is a friend lying to me when they could have just told me the truth because they were scared to hurt my feelings. That's number 1. Like, bro, just tell me the truth. Like, why do we have to go through all these fucking grapevines? Like, just tell me what the problem is. Right. Second one would be girl cheating on me. And then third would probably be someone stealing something from me. But it's got to be valuable. Like, if you steal food from my fridge, like, bro, it's all good. Like, I don't give a fuck.
You need the food, bro. Go ahead.
But, like, if you purposely go behind my back and try to, like, steal a client from me and charge less and do it behind my back, yeah, then fuck you. That's like a 9.
So what should they expect from the wrath of Jason at that point?
Probably just me putting them in their place. Through words. I'm not going to, like, sue them. I just think that people need to be
But you're going to call them out.
Yeah, I'll definitely call them out, yeah. Like, Andy Elliott owes me money. I called his ass out. Like, he owes me a fuck
Come on, Andy. Where's the money at, dog? Why does he owe you money?
Dude, I took that book funnel offer that he had from about $80,000 a month to $300,000 a month, and then attached that book funnel to the back end of selling all his tickets and products. And we went from, like, literally 0 to 14 million in 11 months. And I didn't get the money I was supposed to pay. I mean, I didn't get the money I was supposed to be owed. Second thing was that when I first came onto that whole organization, he had his employees pay me because he told his employees, oh, pay Wojo to learn from him and have him help us.
Right.
You should invest in yourself and learn from him. He didn't want to pay out of his own pocket.
So he wasn't paying. He had his employees pay you for you to teach them to lift his business.
And then I went on a podcast with him. And basically, he was charging $30,000 for a podcast. That's what he charged, which, to be honest with you, bro, it's not worth that. I go on the pod, and all the clients that he attracts are literally idiots. Like, dude, they're actual roid head morons. Yeah, every single one of them, bro. And, like, you know, like, we had a marketing partnership where we wanted to basically bolt on to what he was doing. So we were like, all right, cool, like, we'll take your clients on. Bro, worst mistake of my life. All of his clients were a pain in the ass. They would get on the onboarding calls. They expected insane expectations without being told it. They were like, so, what's the guarantee? Like, what's the guarantee? Or like, dude, like, I don't want a woman as my person. I need a man. And I was like, bro, these people are fucking weird, man. Put the protein powder down and get your fucking shit together. Like, it was ridiculous.
Pick up a book.
Like, dude, just like pick up a fucking dog. Like, do something else, dude. Like, you need some docileness. So the people he attracts are very, like, roid heads. Like, they're just like TRT fucking crackheads. Like, that's what they are, bro. And that's what he teaches. That's part of the fitness program. And, like, dude, health is important. I love the fact you want to keep people fit. But, like, bro, like, you don't have to get them in a place where they're, like, marching around like it's the army. Yeah. You know, like, and that was one thing I didn't enjoy.
You didn't enjoy being part of the army and having that structure?
And then, dude, I was promised speaking at the events. He was like, yeah, dude, we're going to have you come speak at the events. Never got the speaking spot. He was like, yeah, we're going to run an event together. I'll fund it. You go up there.
So how much money did he have, like a percentage split that he was supposed to pay you? Or how did
we were giving him 15%, and I had to Zelle his wife the commissions. And I was like, why am I Zelling? Like, why can't I just get like a
wire or ACH?
Yeah, fucking weird organization, dude. So I'm Zelling her every referral. Guy gets off the phone, pays $10K. I got to give her $1,500. So I'm Zelling back and forth. So I was like, this is weird as shit. And then, like, you know, it wasn't a profit split. It was, hey, listen, just give us the affiliate commission, but we're going to make you our official marketing partner. That was the whole angle of it. We'll let you do a booth at the events.
Yeah.
We'll let you come and speak.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, it was this thing where also I was just told, like, all these things. Like, oh, I'm going to, put you in touch with this person, put you in touch with that person, all the things. I was like, bro, this is so fucking crazy, dude. So I just, like, got out. I was like, I can't do this shit no more. And yeah, dude, like, that was another lesson I learned, too. Is that a lot of this, like, rah hype shit is, like, so, like, filtered, bro. It's so filtered. And, like, you know, he has a great culture. Like, I'm not here to just, like, bash the dude. But as soon as he started getting a bunch of shit on him, what did he start doing? He started talking about God. Most of his content now is revolving around faith in God. And I'm like, bro, this is fucking crazy. You cannot do this. Like, I'm not a publicly religious person, nor do I think that is okay.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a pastor, be my guest.
Yeah.
You're not a fucking pastor, bro.
Yeah.
You're not a pastor. Number two is that if you use God on stage to sell people, that is not okay. I do not like that at all. Your relationship with God is a private relationship. If you want to do private prayer, be my guest. I do private prayer. Do I like organized church? No, because they sing and ask you for money. Cool, we're not doing that. I have a private relationship as long as I keep the morals of the 10 Commandments and I'm a good person. I have faith. that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior.
Man, there's so much to unpack there that we just went through, because I'll be honest, a lot of this stuff, both two different ways resonate with me, right? Because I'm very much like culture and, I've just been through a lot in my life. And I actually almost ended my life because of all the weight. I was managing 100 employees. I had a company, built it to 8 figures, and like went through a divorce, my dad dying, my grandma dying, all this stuff just sat on top of me, on my chest. And like, I just couldn't
that's
even
like
breathe.
deep, bro.
I couldn't even.
You said one thing that it wasn't even a divorce. Was your parents passing?
Yeah, my grandma was like my mom growing up because my mom wasn't in my life. And then, so my grandma dies while managing 100 employees through COVID. Then I went through it. That prompted me to file for a divorce because they never got along. And I just, I knew that wasn't my person and I wasn't going to live that way anymore. So
one of the biggest things that my mentor said to me is like, dude, you're not old enough to realize this. This is back when I was 21.
Yeah.
He's like, the worst day of your life is going to be putting your dad in the grave. And I was like, I didn't think about it at that time. Now, my dad's still alive. God bless.
Yeah.
But he's had 3 heart attacks. That worries me. Yeah. Personally, it does.
Bro, my dad died at 60 from heart disease. Yeah. And he just didn't take care of himself. And so that's part of why fitness and health is so important to me. Because he was 40. I remember he was 40. We get on the scale. He's at like 270. And I'm like, bro, he's 5'8". I'm like, bro, you got to take care of yourself. Yeah. He's like, oh, wait till you're 40. I'm like, fucking bet, bro. Like, bet. I'm like, just wait. So I'm 41 now. When I was 40, dude,
you look good for 41.
Thank you, bro.
Very good. Yeah.
So a lot of intention around that. Yeah. But I also agree with a couple of the things you said, right? If you're leading with just raw and not substance. Yeah. And I don't know that much about, I see Andy Elliott from afar and I have respect for what he's built and everything else because, he believes, he believes in himself and what he's doing. But one, I talk about God too, but I don't talk about it. I just had a conversation with Andrew over there about that specifically. If you use God to sell, I have a little bit of reservation and issue with that. Right. But if that's part of your ethos and you can attract people, you being you and you being the light, I'm going to go be the light. And this is how I live. Yeah. And if that attracts you to that lifestyle and you desire to have that be more in your life, then let's talk about it. Yeah. But I'm never going to be the one to press that onto you.
I see people who target online, people will say in their videos, if you're a kingdom-based entrepreneur, I'm like, bro, just pick another niche. Why do we have to do this?
Yeah.
Because then the whole angle of them buying is oh, well, God told you in this line in Exodus, and they're using these quotes and stuff. Yeah. And it's dude, no, stop it. Don't do it.
I think there's I think you can do it in the right way that creates that brotherhood and that connectivity or whatever, but it's a very delicate line. Yes. If you're going to walk that line, to me, it's a very delicate line. Oh, yeah.
Very delicate.
Yeah, so I never
a tightrope at the circus, shit.
Like tightrope. Yeah. Bro, don't fucking fall off that one because you fall off that one, bro. I don't know if you're coming back from it. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's valid,
unless you're Tim Tebow, bro, and it's every part of your DNA.
Oh, bro,
is that, and you're that guy. You got.
That's a whole nother combo.
Yeah, that's. He's you got opinions about that.
Bro, it's play in the NFL, and as soon as you leave the NFL, let's be honest, bro, it flopped. He wasn't that good.
Bro, you were funny as
dude, he wasn't that good, bro. He was shit, bro. Look at his stats, bro.
He did win a playoff game. Yeah,
one playoff game.
He did win one playoff game, bro.
And I shot a deer once. Am I a hunting
You're a marksman, dog. You're a marksman. Bro, so if Andy Elliott is sitting right there, let's just get it. What are you saying to him? Because he's not giving you.
I would say, dude, you gotta understand that you can't use God to sell people. God did not. That's nowhere in the Bible. That's nowhere in the Bible. Show me where that's in the Bible that his sacred word says, use my name in vain to sell people. It's nowhere in there. So we're already going against the Bible, and then we preach the Bible, but we're going against it.
What would you say about the money he owes you?
The money? I'm not getting the shit anyway, so fuck it. You know, like let's be real.
He's giving up.
Let's be real. I give up.
And
then the third thing I'd say is, like, at least just follow through on stuff that you tell people. That's it. Like, don't lead people the wrong way. I know it's exciting when you're building a relationship with people.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, like, dude, I did this when I was younger.
Yeah.
I'll admit this.
Yeah.
Okay? I had my friend David who lived close to me, and we were in Orlando, and I was paying him to do videos for him. I was like, yeah, dude, like, I'm going to pay you more soon. I'm going to pay you more soon.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that soon.
Yeah.
And you hype up relationships and you make commitments that you can't obviously commit to.
Right.
But I didn't tell a guy. I didn't tell him, hey, here's your percentage. Here's what we're doing. That's a whole nother combo.
And he's obviously doing well.
Yeah.
Right. Like I had that issue. Like my business, it failed. Right. And I had to live with that. And that was it went from doing 8 figures to, like, went through all that stuff that happened. And I wasn't able to continue to push it because it took all of me to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
it
hard,
takes
bro.
all of you. And I was running it with my ex-wife. So it was like, that was not.
That's probably the toughest part.
That was the toughest part. You put all those dynamics and create all kinds of issues with my family and everything else. Like, it was like, but you carry some of that with you, right? But when you're in that development, you're growing and you're doing good things and you have income, the biggest blessing you can give is financial to other people. All right. So what I want to do with you, because obviously, like, you have a ton of knowledge and experience. You built some incredible stuff. You've worked with some of the people like Andy Elliott that built significant amount of revenue, you know, doing a lot of business. You're doing a lot of business. So let's say with me, right? Let's mock it out for everybody that's like, they have a brand, they're a coach, they're whatever, and they're interested in the personal development or they're interested in webinars, like rolling out a webinar, rolling out one-to-many, and figuring that part out for their business. What does that look like? You want to do a mock? Like a mock?
Yeah, I'm down to do a mock, yeah. So, like, we could do, so first thing I look at when I look at any webinar is, like, what is the offer? Yeah. Okay, so, like, let's say I said to you, all right, cool, let's say you got 100 people live. What are you going to sell? What's the price point? What do they get?
Right. So we have level 5 life. That's about becoming clear about your highest self. And then we have these 5 pillars, this 5-pillar framework. So you work on your health and fitness, your blood work, which I know you love that.
The blood work part's important.
Yeah, it is, dog.
Yeah, you want to know if you're going to fucking die.
We want to get granular, right?
Yeah.
So we get deep with everything. Your relationships, communication, down to how to become the man that attracts that woman into your life, or if you're in relationships, strategies on how to keep those going good. And I know you just got in a relatively new relationship, right?
Yeah, it's been about a year and
not that
4
new.
months.
Well, there you go, bro. You're rolling.
So
with
yeah,
it.
it's been good. Yeah, it's been good.
A client conversion, I think, right?
Dude, yeah, she was a client.
It's like, you know,
I mean, bro, it was
not
like
a bad
so
way to do
weird,
it.
dude. It was so weird how it happened. But I was like, hey, fuck it, I'll shoot my shot. Like, you know, like, just a disclaimer, don't do that with your clients. That's
probably
it's actually not legal, but, like, you know what, dude? Like, fuck it, man. Put me in cuffs.
It's probably better to do that with the client than an employee, though.
Yes.
You know, so that's probably a better line not to cross. So, all right, so then we have so health and fitness, relationships, mindset. So we optimizing your energy, your time, your calendar, your morning routine, evening routine, you know, all the stuff you love, dry sauna, cold plunges, all that.
I actually do the sauna.
Oh, you do it? I
do.
have a sauna in here.
I will sweat the fuck out of myself to get rid of all, like, the bad bacteria and all that shit. I think the sauna is the most important.
Bro.
The cold plunge, unfortunately for me, because I have kidney problems, it really freezes my body so much to where, like, my fucking back starts hurting. That's the only problem with the cold plunge.
Right.
So, like, I have a reason for why I don't do the cold plunge.
You have
an actual reason.
Yeah.
You know?
So we'll come back to that in a little bit because it's a funny one. And then we have your wealth, your business, you know, like strategy, wealth strategy. And then we have the layer that is the foundation for us, right? The differentiation is the 5th pillar. The foundation that they all sit on is your legacy, your purpose, your why, and service. So we bring groups of people down to Mexico, and this specifically would be men down to Mexico. We build homes for families, volunteer at the orphanages, really disconnect and really reconnect with what matters in life. And when you really become clear of what your legacy, what you desire to leave behind, like what you desire, not even leave behind, but the amplification of that ripple effect that you're creating in the world, that tells you why it matters for you to be healthy. That tells you why good relationships are important. That tells you why developing out your mind and your soul and all that stuff really matters, and your wealth. Like, why am I even building wealth? I know some really miserable, wealthy people, and what's the point if you have no idea you're building this whole pathway of your life, and then you wake up one day and you're like, shit, I don't even desire to be here.
Yeah.
And so it's really helping people become clear around that. So it's kind of like, I don't know if you know EOS, but for business, there's like business frameworks.
I have a client who sells EOS.
Right.
Yeah.
So I do that, not for business. Well, business can be part of it, but for high performing men or people that want to optimize their life. That's either, some of them have had exits from companies that now are on that second version of like, what do I do now? A lot of them are in that grind phase where they're building. Yeah. Or they could be, it doesn't have to be business owners, but entrepreneurs. Business professionals.
So the biggest thing I look for when I have any type of offer is I look for what the actual like ICP actually is that makes it more defined. So like if we just go out and say, reveal the 5 pillars that, got me from, divorced to X. Okay. But think about who the lowest hanging fruit is. Like for me, from hearing your story, I feel like the easiest people to target would be 2 people. Are you a businessman who was divorced and it shattered their business? That's the first ICP. Yeah. The second ICP would be if you are just like a divorced male who wants to get a business off the ground, right? That would probably be like the 2 ICPs. Because if I go on an ad and I'm just like, hey, if you're a guy, and you're looking to fulfill these 5 pillars, and they are blah, 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 then come to my free training this blah, blah day at this blah, blah time, so I can reveal to you how this took me from X to Y. Because the ICP always wants to know where they're going from A to Z. So like, I would definitely link it to the divorce thing. Like if you're a divorced businessman, and here's how you can avoid it in like your next life. And I feel like that would be like a really important ICP to hit. So it'd be something around like, you could do like a split test on the headline where it'd be like, how I went from divorced 8-figure business owner to Z. Okay, so like reveal live how I went from A to Z. Yeah. And then the second one would be reveal how divorced businessmen are achieving X using these 5 pillars. And those would probably be like the 2 different headlines that I would test for a webinar. Because what you're selling is really hard to sell on a 1-call close on a sales call. Because if you're going to have a sales call and they know that there's 5 pillars, you got to go through all 5. Right. That might take long. And then they got to digest it and they got to be emotionally sold into it because it's more of an emotional offer. It's not really a logical offer. It's not like, I'm going to get you 30 new clients in 30 days. Like, that's a logical offer. Do you want 30 new clients in 30 days? All right, cool. Logic. But this is like, it's emotion. So now we have to sell it. It's going to have a longer sales cycle. If people do have a shorter sales cycle, that could cause buyer's remorse. That could cause refunds and et cetera. So like, that's what I would do. Now, when they join, how long is it?
It's a year. It's program. A year.
Okay. Yeah. So I assume it's got to be 5 figures.
Yeah, it's 18 to 22,000.
Okay. So yeah, that price point, you're going to want to go from webinar to like an app. Or you go webinar to call deposit.
Webinar to call deposit or webinar to
like
app?
I would do webinar to call deposit. Like, listen, like,
well, I'm building tech product right now as well.
So like I would do where it's like, hey, listen, what the tech product's like a downsell?
It could be, well, one, now that's where, everybody will be housed. Right now, we're not on the tech product, so you don't need it, right? It's not necessary, but it's just an additional, but also as a downsell as well.
Okay. So, yeah, I would go on there and do like a $9.97 call deposit. I'm like, hey, listen, it's completely refundable. But I want to know that you actually like care about these 5 pillars.
So get them to have skin in the game. So if somebody has a business right now and they have a high ticket offer, they go on a webinar. The people go on a webinar. You build a webinar, like go through. They're interested in taking the next step. You have them book a call, but they have skin in the game when they book the call. Yeah, and it can be like a life
for that
assessment.
High ticket of an offer. Yeah, right. If you have like a 5 to 10K. You could just book calls without a call deposit, but you're near 20K. That's where you're going to have to get some skin.
Yeah.
If you're 5K or less, then sell it straight up on the webinar. Like, you don't need to run a sales call if it's less than 5K.
Interesting.
And that's where, like, our offers, we do pay half now, pay half later.
Yeah.
So, like, we do the whole angle where it's like, you know, like our webinar offer, we're like, hey, not going to tell you guys the fucking price, so you don't decide just price. But, like, let's just say it was $1,000, okay? We would do $500 now. You pay $500 now, and then $500 once you double your money. So the pay half now, pay half later gives them, like, a real result. That they're like, okay, tangible to my second payment. So, like, most of those specific B2B offers, I'll do that with that.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the one that I like running a lot.
That's an easy one because
like
if I'm able to, like, yeah, exactly, risk reversal. Because if I could say, hey, look, you're gonna get this result, so I'm guaranteeing it basically, and I'll prove it by you're only paying half, and then you'll pay the other half when I get you the result. Now we both have skin in the game.
Yeah, I just take half the risk off the table. I'm like, listen, I'm tired of people getting this whole like no fucking risk, all this shit. Like, bro, everything's a risk.
Yeah, everything.
Okay, everything's a risk. Where you drive, fucking who you marry, what kind of kids you have, where you live. Everything is a risk. The business you run is a risk. Everything's a risk. I'm not going to take risk off your plate. You're an entrepreneur. Deal with it. Welcome to the club. So why don't I just take half of it off your plate?
Yeah, because I'm guaranteeing something to you, but you have a role and a responsibility to play with it as well. And
like, there's contingencies. There's like, you must do X, Y, and Z to even get the ROI contingency that we have. So like, it's not just like, yeah, 10K and 10K. But it's like, you know, we just basically map it that way so that people sit there and go, okay, like that makes sense.
Because if they're fully engaged, they're probably going to get the results.
Yeah, if they care enough. Some people don't care enough.
Yeah. And those aren't your ideal clients anyways.
I mean, dude, the only hard part about my business is that I'm selling behavioral change. Because if they were already successful, they wouldn't need my fucking help.
Yeah. Our whole target is people that are already, like, they've had success in their life, but we all go through this time. Sometimes we're on this hamster wheel. And we start getting in the same thing, living the same day over and over again. Or we have some sort of trauma that happens, which is a divorce or which is a death in a family, where it's like an identity shift or a loss of a business or something like that, where it's like, or they exited a business. It's almost like the same thing.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, oh, I just have this big loss. It was my identity. Well, what do I really desire out of life?
Yeah.
You know, and then really becoming clear because, I mean, especially you come out of a divorce or it's like, who am I?
Yeah.
You know, like I've tied my identity to this relationship. I've tied my identity to this business.
And a lot of your decisions too.
A lot of the decisions, right? And now it's like, it's like a whiteboard that was just wiped clean. Maybe it has some fucking paint splattered in different places because of a little damage here and there, you know, but whatever I desire for the next part of my life is available for me to create.
Yeah.
And really, I think that when talking through this with you, like, those are the people that I can really dive in and help because I brought myself from a high place to a low place and had to really shed my whole previous identity. Everything that I was tied to, that I tied all this, you know, I had everything I could ever want and, you know, but it was like, that wasn't what makes me happy. That's not what I desire as a man. Like that like being in a loveless relationship, being in, you know, a business that's not in alignment with me anymore. Like not even understanding like how to show up the right way anymore. Yeah. You know, like being so off.
I can't even imagine myself not doing marketing.
Yeah. That's part of your identity now.
Yeah. I don't even know what the fuck I do, honestly.
Right.
The only thing that I've thought about is like, I would open up like a basketball camp and buy like a barn and do like basketball courts and
that'd be sick. Yeah.
That's probably the only other thing
that might be this next business over there. Dog.
That's probably the only thing I can see myself doing other than this.
Well, once you have the exit from, you know, your thing, just hit me up. You can join level 5.
Man, fuck.
I got you, dog. We'll get you.
I want to exit.
We'll get you go. Yeah.
Did you exit from yours?
Then it becomes all about the extension of helping other people.
Yeah.
Right? Well, not a good exit. You did? Not a good exit, bro. Yeah, I had a $40 million offer at one time. And, and then I didn't take it because I was going to build a $333 million company. You know, like that's what I was on. That's what I was trending towards.
It takes a lot of you. Like, you get 100+ employees. Like, I have 100+ too, bro. And it's just like, fuck.
and then put all in their mid-20s, then put COVID. Where like everybody doesn't know if they're dying or whatever, but we're essential, so we're still like I just went all in during COVID. I was the only one on the road. You know,
COVID
what I mean?
actually changed my life.
Yeah, it was good.
Everybody had to go online for ads and shit.
Yeah.
So like that was good, but relationship wise, it was
it's
weird,
horrible, bro. Like
no
for
one
all
even
that stuff,
fucking was
man.
outside.
Like people don't understand. Like now, people are starting to see the impact that COVID actually had, both socially, financially. Like it's a delayed impact because during that time, everyone was getting this fake free money. You know, and they're doing whatever with it, but that wasn't.
What was it called again? Stimulus checks?
Yeah, the stimulus checks.
Those fuckers, dude.
Yeah.
They were giving a good amount of money away.
They're giving it away.
Like $2,000 every couple of months. I'm like, dude, that's a
lot.
lot.
So why do people want to work when they can stay at home for free? So trying to, and everything we're doing, like every little detail mattered. Yeah. You know, so
we were living on Zoom.
Bro, you were.
Zoom blew up.
Yeah.
Zoom fucking blew up, bro.
Crazy time, bro. Then all the vaccinations and everything. I never got vaccinated, but you know.
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah, fuck that.
I was scared of that, dude.
Bro, whenever they're pushing something so hard like that,
it's
like, I'm sorry, you tell me I have to do something, and if I question it, then I'm a bad person. Like, bro, like, no.
I mean, I have a whole theory around it. I think that it was all just a placebo.
Yeah.
I don't think it was anything.
Bro, like, the flu was worse than the regular flu was worse than COVID.
I had the flu last month.
Yeah.
The flu ain't no fucking joke.
The flu ain't no joke, bro. I remember,
that shit had me sweating at 10 o'clock in the morning. Exactly. Like, fuck.
Yeah, especially when you're puking all sides, everything. Okay, so we're getting way off track here. So back to the webinar, dog. So I'm your client, right? Like we're gonna set up, you know, somebody's looking to be with you. What you know about me, like all the different things you know. We just met a little bit ago, but I think we've dove in pretty good. How do we set me up for success? How am I driving?
So the webinar. You got to understand the premise first of why the webinar is important.
Okay.
So the first piece is that you're taking people who are not educated to pre-educated. Okay, so like if I run ads for your offer, people are going to need to be educated a lot before the sales call.
Right.
Or do I just skip all that shit and just get you on a Zoom for 60 minutes and just let you get pre-educated so you can know, like, and trust me? Right? As the founder of a business, like even at 8 figures where you're at, and I'm at 2, I can still commit an hour a week. I can still go on a webinar for 1 hour a week. Anybody can commit the 1 hour a week. Anybody. I don't care who the fuck you are. You have an hour. Okay? Everybody has an hour. So we go on there. We take all these pre-educated leads and we teach them for 60 minutes and we answer their questions and we pour into them and we don't sell anything until the end. And the sell is not even that salesy. The whole point of it is this, is that if I'm on a one-to-one sales call, you know that I'm trying to sell you. You know it. You booked it. Now there's sales resistance. With the webinar, I have 50 other people live. That means that every single person in there is sitting there going, damn, he had 49 other people show up.
Right.
He must know what the fuck he's talking about.
Right. Gives you that authority.
And then number 46 is thinking, wow, he got 49 people to show up. He's got good energy. He's smart. He went through some shit.
Yeah.
Now he's bounced back. He can help me.
Yeah.
And it's all resonation. And it's like, but when I'm on a one-on-one call, this is how it goes. So, you ready to move forward? I got to talk to the wife. I got to think about it. Yeah. Let's meet Friday. I'm waiting for money to come in. Yeah. Dude, I did not build a business to be a therapist. I built a business to chase people around. Yeah. Like, I'm not doing that.
Because it definitely would rather, like, I'd much rather, I don't want to help somebody that doesn't first desire to be helped. I've tried that too many times in my life.
And it's hard to know that just from a book call.
It's hard to know that from a book call.
Like, dude, you can take 40 book calls in a week.
Yeah. That's 40 hours.
40 hours. But, dude, half of them are idiots. Right. Let's be real. Half of them are morons. So now we got 20 people left. And then where do I get my 20 hours back?
Right. So the best way to do that, from what you're saying, is to create a system where you're able to talk one to many, where there's also that social dynamic that prove it's like these other people are on here. Oh, maybe I'm only taking a limited amount of people in as well. Now it creates that scarcity. Yeah. Right?
Because now everybody's there going, oh, he can't sell all of us?
Right.
And now they're gripping onto the outcome.
Even if you wanted it, I'm not going to sell all of you.
People have to realize
which we wouldn't. Like I turn people away because if it's not a culture fit, like you have to protect the room. Right. And so for me, it's like level 5 life. Like part of it, one, you have to have a willingness to be vulnerable. because we're going to be open and we're going to share and we're going to like get down to the root of shit, right? And 2, you have to have a high level of accountability. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have a high level of accountability and you're not willing to be vulnerable, then you're not going to be in the group and have a desire to live a life bigger than yourself. Yeah. Like by going and serving and doing this stuff. Those are like the 3 non-negotiables. And not everybody fits that mold. And we're not going to allow people that don't fit that core value set to be a part of it. Because when you do that, now you're just everything to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the other thing, too, is, like, there's no pressure during the webinar.
Right.
You're not attacking them one-on-one each. Like, you can answer their questions and build rapport.
Right.
But it's like, dude, if I'm going to commit 40 hours a week to sales calls, if you just break the numbers down, half of them aren't buying shit.
Yeah.
Out of the half that are left, half of them don't even show up.
Right.
So now I got 10 solid calls.
Right.
10 solid calls, 30% are going to be financially qualified.
Yeah, so that's 3.
So now I have 3.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, oh, fuck. 37 hours went to waste. I could sell those 3 people. Cool, dude. Make 3 times 18,000. Sick.
Yeah.
54 grand.
Yeah.
Cool. Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
But what if we just spent less on ads and you just got all 40 of those people on the webinar and let the 3 people buy anyway?
Yeah.
Fuck's the point.
Yeah.
Why don't we just let those 3 people buy? Now I saved 39 hours of my time that I can now do doing more productive shit than just selling all day. I can hire, I can fulfill, I can post content, I can go on podcasts, I can travel.
How do you drive? Yeah, because as a founder, you being out front is obviously super important.
Yeah.
Because somebody has to be the face. They got to be beating the drum, right? Like that's why you're out on a podcast. Yeah. Because you getting more exposure is always good. You know, it's like that is part of what you do. And that's your extension. Now you're more working on the business and not in the business. Right? So let's say, how do you get, because I know like a fear for people. It's going to be like, how am I driving people to the webinar? Well, if I get on the webinar, it's me and 3 people. Like, how's that happening?
And one quick thing before I answer your question is 3 people. People think that not a lot of people doesn't mean that it worked. Small rooms sometimes make the most money. So there's clients that we've had that are targeting really high net worth people. There was this guy. We don't work with him anymore. He's a dumbass. But like, dude, he's targeting tech founders over $1 million a year or more.
Right.
So I'm like, dude, that's valid.
Yeah.
But your cost per leads will be high.
Right.
He had 5 people on his webinar, and he just turns off the webinar. 5 people show up. He just ends it. He's like, that's not enough people. It's not worth my time. I'm like, bro, 5 people make $1 million a year or more.
Yeah, 5 highly qualified leads.
Like, dude, who do you have the audacity to fucking turn the Zoom off? He's like, well, dude, I make $50,000 a month. I'm like, that's not enough money to have an ego. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah. And why a month? But why are you doing it anyways? Right? Like,
and then you know what else struck me? Did you see what I said? Well, hear what I said? He's helping tech founders who make $1 million a year or more. Well, he was making $50K a month.
Yeah, he's not.
How the fuck you gonna help them? You don't make $1 million a year.
Or probably never even made $1 million a year.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Dude. This coaching space is fucked. But like, yeah, dude, he just turns off. I'm like, bro, you have to stay on. It hurts your brand to just turn it off.
Right. But that's what gives the advantage to people that have done it, that have the experience, that have the why. Like, that aren't just because if I got 3 people on, and I love that you said that. Thank you for making that clear to me. Because if I have 3 people, my whole thing, bro, if I can help one person, then that creates all the difference, and that's worth it. Even if you just
closed one.
Right.
And maybe you got lucky. On a 33% conversion rate, you made 18 grand in an hour. It's still worth your fucking time.
It's worth the time.
If you don't think $18,000 in an hour is not worth your time, that means that you make $180,000 a day. You make $6 million a month.
Right.
What the fuck are we doing here?
Right. Exactly.
You wouldn't have even asked for my help if you were making $6 million a month.
Exactly.
So this is where the disconnect is. And then, you know, to go back to your question about how do we drive people, we drive them through just paid traffic. So Facebook, Instagram ads, we're driving traffic to a landing page. The landing page is an opt-in. The opt-in then signs them up for the webinar. They get emails for the next 7 days. And then we're building rapport with them. We plug in an AI setter that we built that calls all the leads and like double confirms them.
Yeah, okay? Super important.
Hey, Jeff, we saw you sign up for the webinar this Thursday on the 5 pillars. Are you joining us? What are you most excited about this right now? Like, what are you most excited about learning as far as blah, 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 blah. Guy tells you, sick, really excited to see you, Jeff. I'm going to send you the Zoom link right now.
And now we know what to speak about.
Yeah.
Because you just asked him.
Mm-hmm. And then he's going to know, so that setter now puts notes in the contact card.
Yeah.
So when you see him join the Zoom room,
Yeah.
you can pull up his GHL contact card and know that Jeff is here because his wife just cheated on him and he's got 2 kids.
And now I can speak about fucking exactly that pain point.
And we have clients who have the shit and they don't want to read it. They're like, it's too much at once. I can't read and present at the same time. I'm like, so you're fucking blind? That's what you're trying to tell me?
You're probably not. You're probably not going to be successful. You know, there's certain minimum requirements just to
and then,
be.
Dude, like, you know, there's a lot of things that happens in our business that, like, you know, people from the outside don't realize. Like, dude, you have to understand this. This is for everybody. Look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie. If we have 100 business owners in a room, I don't know if you know this number. How many do you think are successful after 5 years?
Like 8%.
Close. 11.
11.
So if we have 100 clients,
Yeah.
89 of you are fucked.
Yeah.
Because they don't have diligence, they don't have consistency,
Yeah.
they don't post organic, they don't put themselves out there,
Yeah.
their team members don't respect them, they
Right.
won't spend money for A players, they don't do the small things right, and they now blame everything else on why
Everything
they suck.
else, yes.
If I get you leads and you're like, the leads are shit, and then I check your CRM and your average talk time is fucking 2 minutes, you're not building enough rapport. If I go in your CRM and see that your speed to lead is 8 minutes, you're an idiot.
Wow. Numbers don't lie, bro.
And then you blame us. You're like, oh, it's the agency.
Building the right metrics. But if people don't know, they don't know. And that's where a lot of value comes from you, is because you have all that social proof of being able to take 100 different clients that you've installed this stuff with, that you know the metrics and the speed to lead and the talk time and building the rapport of what conversions work and what don't.
And then people will say too, oh, well, I don't have time to call all the leads. If you're in a position in your business where you don't have a setter or a salesperson, you're not making more than $50,000 a month, which means that you have all the fucking time in the world to call these leads.
All the time in the world.
Or because you could even afford our services, which is even baffling to me. So if you could afford our shit, you can pay a setter.
Yeah.
Oh, well, how do I find one? Dude, go on fucking YouTube. How to find appointment setters.
Yeah, you can find the
People
information.
just don't have the assiduity, man.
Yeah.
People don't have the assiduity.
But mushy brain. people. There's so much There's so much information, but that's why what you do is valuable, right? Because, and what I do is valuable. You can find all the information, everything that. I mean, some of the stuff is unique to us, right? That's my life experience that I've developed, and I can speak on things in a very, way that I can dig deep with people. But if people really want to dive in, and this is all journey I took myself. Right, of a lot of pain and a lot of time and a lot of energy and and I can shortcut that for people. Yeah, and get them to a good place quicker, a place of of alignment, of a vision for their life, and really moving.
Yeah, the funny part about the shortcut is that people still want the shortcut faster than the shortcut was.
Yeah.
So you'll sit there with them and you're like, yeah, dude, I'm going to help you fix all these things after your divorce. We're going to be here together for a year. And they're like, a fucking year? I'm like, bro, I was married to a woman for 8 years, let's say, to learn all the things I'm about to teach you. Do you want to go through a divorce and lose half the shit you own? All right, then shut the fuck up and sit down. It's time to learn. And they still want it fast.
Yeah.
And then the worst angle is that when you're the expert and you teach people, and if they're not getting results fast, what do they always like to say? I love this line. They're like, well, it's easy for you because you're rich. I'm like, bro, I wasn't rich 7 years ago. Don't be a dick. I wasn't rich 7 years ago. Now you're in the same spot that I was 7 years ago. This shit could be a lot shorter than 7 years if you just shut up. And that's the problem when most people do. They want shit really fast. And that's the one thing that's always bothered me the most. It's just a lack of patience by society.
It's a microwave culture.
I was in Starbucks before, and this one girl was in line, and she was looking at her watch, and she was just breathing heavily that she was waiting in line. I'm like, first of all, that watch is a piece of shit. So you have no money. What are you in a rush for? What are you in a rush for? You got a Timex on. You got all the time in the world. That shit's $30 from Walmart. What are we doing? It's just so confusing to me. I'm sitting there patient. I'm not mad. I'm like, dude, it's Starbucks. Like,
just be in the moment. We you know, we desire to be everywhere besides where we are.
Yeah, it's important to be present.
And
very important.
When we can be present, when we can be here, like that is the ultimate unlock.
And this is why the podcast thing's so cool, because I have no inkling on wanting to touch my phone. But when you're at dinner, you touch your phone a lot more.
Right.
But we have to be present and be here. People don't do that with their own shit in their own house. They get distracted. They keep their phone too close and all this junk. And I'm like, do I want to touch my phone right now? Not really. No. I hope no one fucking calls me, to be honest with you. Right. I don't want to hear from nobody. So it's like, you know, and that's a whole nother conversation. It's like the whole peace thing. But like, I think most people do it to themselves.
Most people do it to themselves.
They do it to themselves, but they don't see it that way.
They don't see it that way.
Because when they see other people getting the result that they want, they're like, oh, fuck that person. Right. I'm not getting it because of X. Right. Or I'm not getting it because of my weight. Or I'm not getting it because of the fact that...
It's outside. At the end of the day, everything that's happening is happening for me, not to me.
Yeah.
And when we shift our mind around that changes the whole dynamics. And when we come from a lens of gratitude, instead of the world owes me or this is bad. I was just having a conversation on our level 5 mastermind today. It's like, you know, there's like the bombing in Iran where the 100 kids the schoolgirls got murdered, or Epstein, all these things. It's like, man, like it's horrible.
It
like,
is. It's terrible.
It's horrible. But me being upset about it and me complaining to the world about it, yeah, what is that actually going to do? But what I can do instead of being in a negative mindset is I can go and show up as my best. Yeah. And I can be the light to the world. Yeah. And if I'm the light to the world, maybe that has a ripple effect that creates an impact that lifts so that we don't get in these situations. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we're all one.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter just because we're in a different country.
People think that if you don't talk about it, you're not like, and this is a really interesting topic, is that people think if you avoid the topic, you don't care.
Right.
Let's be real here. If we don't want to talk about it, it's just because of the fact that what we say doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If we say something, are they going to just stop?
No, they're not.
They don't give a fuck. So it's like, you know, I can't say anything that's going to persuade someone to believe why it's not important.
But I can show up as my best, and I can go down to Mexico, and I can impact other human beings and be present in my conversations, and I can show up as... And that's the impact that we create. Yeah. And when we live with that standard, and, you know, that allows it to change. One thing that I'm thinking about doing, or I put together already, is this 45-day challenge. It's called the 45-Day Awakening Challenge. And I was going to use that as like, you know, to create that impact. And, you know, it's through gratitude, and it has a lot of self-discovery. Like, it's this great program that we ran. But also, like, use it as a lead funnel, you know, or
okay, I like that idea. That's
you know,
good.
and so I wanted to get you.
It's kind of like 75 hard.
It's like 75 hard, but it's more on like who you are as a human being, not just on, you know, going out. And I did 75 hard a couple times, but yeah, similar to that.
I tried that. I fucking failed after 3 days, bro.
3 days, dog.
Because the whole gallon of water a day, bro. I was pissing like a racehorse, bro.
Oh, man.
I was like, I can't do this.
It's getting in the way of your marketing,
I was like, bro.
It's like people at the gym, you know, 4 hours a day, right? Like if you're at the gym and you're broke, bro, it's like, oh, man. So, you know, everybody on here knows Jessie. And Jessie, she's, you know, she's gets ready, goes to the gym. Like, that's non-negotiable. Like, it doesn't matter what's going on. It could be World War III out here around us. You'll still find her ass at the gym. It doesn't matter, right? And so it's like, I heard that, I was dying, bro, because it's just like, who is this guy? What is he talking about over here? I don't know about this. But tell us about it, because it's so funny, because in my closet over here is a dry sauna. Over there is a cold plunge. I got a Peloton. I was just at the gym this morning, but I'm also up at 3:30 in the morning, so.
Damn, that's crazy. Damn. So, like, okay. So just before I get into this topic, I'm not mad if someone goes to the gym. I'm only mad if they just do that and have nothing else going for them. That's the part that got me, like, so fucked up, dude. I'm just like now I do cardio. I got a basketball court in my backyard. I do cardio. Is it the most efficient way to stay fit? No. Okay, it's not. Like, but cardio's still important. It keeps my blood flowing. I'm not going to fucking die from not being athletic. Right. Okay? The side of the side of the coin that gets me is the fact that people put these, like, they're broke, but they put all their time into looking a certain way. I'm like, dude, if we take a guy who looks good, okay, that doesn't make money, or the guy that looks decent but makes money, the guy with the money is always going to win. He will. We use the money to get like a substantiated outcome of, are we even valid in society? Like, how do men really, like, how do we rank ourselves? What's that ranking system? It's like, dude, it's either get eaten or start eating. Like, that's just the way it is. It's like, who makes more, who has more impact, who has more influence, who do more people respect? And, dude, there's some pretty stupid-ass gym dudes who have zero influence. And I'm like, bro, before you pick up this, like, fucking dumbbell, like, pick up the brain bell. Like, you need to be smart. Like, people want to look at you for advice. People want to look at you for influence. Like, I have friends who are older than me, who are broke, who I still keep in touch with, and they ask me for advice. I'm like, bro, I don't go to the gym. I'm not running a fucking marathon. But when shit goes south, you want to ask me for advice. Because it's always around the things that they were always faulty at. And I'm like, dude, taking care of your body's great. But, like, it's not the whole thing. Like, bro, if you're broke, like, fuck this morning routine right now. Get up, fucking start fucking dialing. Just eat well. Like, have a goddamn salad. Eat some scrambled eggs in the morning with toast. Okay, I'm not telling you to go on, like, this, become fat binge. But, like, bro, there's ways to be healthy without ruining the entire morning with, like, some, like, routine. See, like, you know, you're successful. You can do it. You can do it, though.
Why is setting a foundation for your day, right? We're talking about a morning routine. Because this is good. I like this. Yeah. Because I get in these conversations, too. And there's part of this sentiment that I just talked about today as well, is we're so into optimizing everything. Like, you can get so into optimizing everything that becomes an excuse of why you can't show up a certain way if things aren't perfect. And that has become, like, what you're talking about on that level, that has now became my trigger. Yeah. Because I don't give a fuck, like, you didn't get the perfect amount of sleep. You still have to show up. Yeah. Like, you still have to do the thing. And if you already think that you lost because you didn't get the perfect sleep and that's your mentality when you wake up and that's how you're going to walk into the day, what do you think's going to happen? Yeah, you have a loser's mentality. You're going to lose the day. But if you're like, hey, you know what? I accept not everything's going to be perfect. Yeah. And I'm going to hit my routine or I'm not going to hit my routine. But at the end of the day, I'm going to show up as my best. Then you're probably going to show up in a pretty good way, even if you didn't get the perfect amount of sleep and you're tired somewhat throughout. Yeah. Right? Like, it's just we have developed this culture, especially maybe down here in San Diego more than other places, of like, we have to have this happen and this happen and this happen. And if all this stuff lines up, then I'm good. Yeah. Which I kind of, I don't agree with what you're saying as far as like the routine and that. To me, I believe that building that foundation and like I can walk into a room and I could not lead with money. Mm-hmm. And because of the way that I carry myself and I'm fit and like I the discipline that it takes to create that, like that's going to gain respect. Yeah. Right. And I also think that if you build that foundation, you can build. It's easier to build wealth, right?
Yeah, it's probably because the way I grew up that I look at it that way.
Right.
No one in my house worked out.
Right.
So everything was strapped around money.
Right.
So that's probably why I allude to that. Like,
right. And that makes sense, point. Right? Because what you see is like people that are like, oh, you got to work out to do this. And you're like, actually, motherfucker, you don't. Yeah. Like I can go perform and I'm going to go create wealth and I'm going to show up and I don't have to do this stuff. And when you're preaching all of this and you can't even hold a conversation and you can't get depth as a human being, that may be more important for you to work on than just building more of a bicep. Yeah. Right? So
that's the whole angle on the video is that I just...
Oh, the video's epic.
Yeah, the video
you gotta check the video out.
The video's fucking hilarious. But I just want people to realize that like a routine is good to have. Like, I have a routine. Like, you know, I wake up and I go on a drive. That's my routine.
It's a Wojo routine.
I just wake up and I go on a drive and I get an acai smoothie.
Dude,
it's healthy.
Let me get a ton of sugar. I'm going to go on, man. I can walk. I can exercise. I'm going to get the thing that they promoted. That was some great marketing. Like, we're going to put a bowl of some ice cream that has so much sugar in.
It's better than half the shit I eat. It's better
You're like,
than half
actually,
the shit
you're
I
like,
eat,
dude,
bro.
that's like the best thing that I eat.
Like, bro, like, I eat Chipotle every day for lunch.
Chipotle's, I mean, that's not bad.
It's not bad, but
That's
there's a
on the
lot of
better
sodium.
side of it, though.
There's a lot of sodium.
Yeah, but that's better than a lot of sugar.
It's better than Smash Burger.
Yeah.
Better than Five Guys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And then dinner, I go out.
Yeah.
And I'll get like a steak, or I'll get like a chicken pasta, or I get chicken parm or something like that. But like, I don't eat candy.
Yeah.
I don't drink anymore. I quit drinking over the last 3 weeks.
I don't drink either, bro. 3 weeks? Yeah, that's good,
3
dog.
weeks.
So what prompted Jason now from drinking to now
I
not
just
drinking?
wanted to stop getting tired towards the end of the day and just like alluding to the fact that I couldn't go to bed early. I would go to the end of the day and be like, yeah, I should have an old fashioned. It's late at night. And then I'll have an old fashioned. And I'm like,
help me rewind.
I'm like, fuck, dude, I would wake up and I'd be tired.
Right.
And I was like, all right, I got to.
And that's getting in the way of your.
Yeah. So now, like, I have a lot more energy the last couple. I can feel it, bro.
Right.
Like, fuck. Yeah, I can
For
feel
sure,
it.
bro.
And then I switched I used to do Dunkin' Donuts in the morning. And then I switched it to, dude.
You already knew when you said that.
Dude, I switched it from Dunkin' Donuts to Better Buzz, so I'll get the Osseys through the year.
Moving up. All right.
So, like,
all right.
I'll do
We're
that.
getting on that. Hey, pretty soon he's going to be in the gym, dog. I'm going to see him in the cold plunge.
I don't go to the gym.
Yeah.
I have a tonal.
Yeah.
If you know what that thing is.
Yeah, that
fucking
goes in. It fucking has a
So
magnet.
the tonal's fine. I'm starting to use it. That's
you
fine.
get some muscles going.
So, you know, like, I just don't want to go to the gym.
It's all the progression,
Dude,
bro.
the part that weirded me out, bro, was when I went to the gym.
Yeah.
I was like, why are a bunch of sweaty dudes moaning? And that's when I was like, this is kind of gay. And then I just left. I had a membership for a week, and I was like, I can't do this, bro. Like, there's some guy next to me. He's just like, And it just, like, really freaked me out. I was like, this is not it. And then you go to the locker rooms, and, like, I would just see a dude naked. I'm like, God damn, this is weird, man. So I just do shit at home now.
Just that,
Like, old men, bro, they just let it sag. And then I went into the sauna, bro. I was like, all right, lifetime. It's $300 a month. It's decently expensive.
You should be able to, I should
be able to escape.
Usually there's a good filter.
Yeah.
Maybe you might be living in the wrong place, though.
But then
if I bring you down to fit over here, you will have a different experience.
Equinox is like $1,000 a month, but there's no Equinox near me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right.
Vicinity.
But then I go in the
proximity.
sauna, bro. Go in the sauna.
Yeah.
I open the door, bro. The smoke comes flying out. And there's just an old man with his thing out. I'm like,
Yeah, you were just getting hit in the face everywhere.
I'm like, bro, can we just
You were just getting hit in the face everywhere.
And that was the day I canceled. I was like, bro, I'm just going to do this shit at home. This is crazy.
All right, we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back into it a little bit. There's a lot that we could sit here and talk about, which I'm grateful for, man. Because, like, you never know how a conversation's gonna, go with somebody and how open they're gonna be and vulnerable. And I just want to give you a shout out on that. You just opened up and you brought it, and I admire that
throwing
about
stuff
people.
out there, even if it's like if I'm transparent, the people like it. If I try to hide shit, then people know.
Bro, the best thing you can do is just fuck it. Here I am.
Yeah.
Like it, don't like it. Either way, that's okay. But you're gonna have one feeling one way or the other. If you try to be everything to everybody, you're nothing to nobody.
Yeah.
And you're.
And I know that. I know from like my head to my soul.
Yeah.
That some of the shit I say will lose me customers.
Right.
I'm very well aware of this.
For sure. You lost Yessie.
Yeah.
you lost.
Like shit. I know it will.
You might have got her back, though. I don't know.
Like, I know it will, but I'm full-heartedly okay with it.
Yeah. And when you live that unapologetic, like, self.
Because then I would have to be like the prairie dog.
Yeah.
With the woof and be nice to the person who gets offended.
Bro,
bro, that's so stressful. For people who don't understand that, for you to change your persona just to make money off somebody is the most exhausting shit. Because, like, dude, when I was broke, I did it. I was like, I have to look cooler than I am so I can sell these people because I'm poor. And now I'm just like, I don't even fucking care.
You want to do it, you don't want to do it. Either way, it's not going to change my life.
Nah.
But it may change yours. And that's the thing, bro. So, back to the question here. You're 28. You've generated $148 million for your clients. Built a Inc. 5000 company. Written a book. Stepped out of the CEO seat. most people would coast. Where does Jason go from here? What version of you doesn't exist yet?
I would say I want to be like a more powerful speaker on stage. I want to do more like stages and stuff like that. I feel like that's like my other chapter.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I like motivating people, but I don't deliver it well. Like, I'm aware of this. Like, my team makes fun of me about it. Because I'll go up on stage during my events, and I'm just like cursing, throwing shit out.
Yeah.
Some guy's there, he's not paying attention. I'm like, yo, fucking pay attention. I don't ask nicely.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like really like.
I mean, that's that authentic. That's that.
Like, bro,
that's the part that makes you.
And the problem is that I'm too comfortable with it because no one's gonna hit me.
Yeah.
Like, no one's gonna.
It's like Mike Tyson. He's like, everyone's good until they get punched in the mouth.
When I have the events, I have my friend Justin, who's like, you know, he's
your
very,
security.
Yes,
he's the one that's like.
He's my sales guy, but he's like the most bulky person.
He's at the gym.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Justin's arm. That's why you're not having to go to the gym, because he's at the gym.
Dude, Justin's arm weighs more than me. So I know that when I'm like up there and I say something, and I'm like attacking a dude. I'm like, I don't attack, but I'll be like
you're calling him out.
Like there was a guy at the event, and he was like, "Oh, I have to leave early today. My wife told me I got to be home by 2."
Yeah.
I said, "Then she's the man in the relationship."
Right. If you can't make a decision,
and he got all offended. I'm like, "Dude, you're not the man of the house.
Yeah.
You came to the event to learn.
Yeah.
You want to just take my food for free during lunch and fucking dip? I'm gonna call you out."
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, you don't know me." I'm like, "Dude, I do know you.
You just told me,
dude."
You just told me. I just seen it.
And then Justin's sitting there like this. He's just waiting.
He's ready.
For the guy. He's waiting for the guy.
Guy run up on stage.
That's how I am, bro.
You got
I'm just tired of
comedic, shit talking, motivational speaker. Like that's your MO.
But I do it with love.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to help.
Well, that's the big thing, man. I would much rather have people call me out and tell me like what's up with me, you know, because sometimes, bro, we just don't see ourselves properly in the mirror. We look in the mirror, but we don't see it clearly.
Yeah.
And we need somebody that's unapologetically real.
Yeah, and it's got to be valid. Like, I don't just attack if it's like, you know, let's say someone's there like, "Oh, I have to leave early because my daughter has, like, autism." I'm like, all right, yeah, like, you can go.
Yeah, that's...
Like, you're good, right? But, like, you know, this other shit.
So,
you know?
So what inspired you to desire to do that, to speak and create that impact with people? And what would you want to be remembered for from that?
I think it was about just, like, the realness. I don't want to be the one up there doing the rah-rah. Doing the, like, motivational rah-rah. Like, the whole,
doing
like...
that Andy Elliott?
Yeah, like, that shit just, like, no. Yeah. I want to be able to go up there and be like, "Why are you not calling your leads in 5 minutes?" "Well, we never told our team to do so." "Whose fault is that?" "Your fault. And you're at the event."
Extreme ownership.
Yep. "And you're looking for my help, and you're not trying to buy shit. Why are you not buying shit if you fucking suck?" That's the way I am, dude. I'm just like, if I have a problem, bro, someone help me solve it. I have my credit card. What is going on? But most people are like, I have a problem. I hold it so that I have an identity to a problem. See, we were told that having problems is normal.
We're told having problems is normal.
And it's like, bro, just because you hold on to a problem doesn't make you cooler than the next person.
That's true. When we lead with our problems, like sometimes we like... That becomes our badge of honor.
Yeah.
Like we want to carry that with us, and we go through that different parts of life.
My dad beat my ass when I was younger.
Okay, well, what are
Okay,
you?
did you
what
hit
good?
back? Like,
yeah, what good are you? Like now, are you stronger from that? Like what are you doing with that now? You know.
And I'm like, dude, like, and that's like more low level conversations. Like you'll be able to know who's having conversations. Like you're not sitting down with 8-figure business owners and just complaining about all the shit that's wrong with your life.
No,
that's like a 6-figure conversation.
Nobody really wants to hear about that.
So, like, that's what when I was making 6 figures, I had 6-figure friends, and those 6-figure friends would always complain. "Oh, this chick I went out with last night, she didn't put out and I paid for dinner." I'm like, okay, well, that sucks, but, like, you know, you were just ugly. Like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. And you
maybe work on your game, bro. Yeah. Like there's
7-figure people. Yeah, 7-figure people are like, you know, okay, I have a problem, I'm willing to solve it. 8-figure people are like, I have a people problem.
Yeah.
Because that's where it comes out. It's all people and employee hierarchy and all the hiring and all this shit.
Communication, man. Like that is.
So that's where the conversations are all strategically based.
Yeah.
It's people and strategy.
People and strategy. I love that. All right. So your goal for this episode is to inspire change in someone's life. If the old you, the one at your parents' house with no direction, was listening right now, what would you want him to hear?
If I was talking to my younger self.
You're talking to your younger self right now. It's just a loser.
Just a loser. I mean, dude,
fucking loser.
He was a fucking
you
loser.
Call him out, dog. You're on stage talking to him right now.
I had a lot of worries when I was a kid. I didn't know what was going to happen to me. So there's like one line that I would say to myself. I would just be like, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
That'd probably be the one line I would say to myself. I was very stressed about outcomes.
Yeah.
I always put expectations on things. Yeah. I was fucking stressed for no reason, bro.
For no reason.
Like, I was 19, stressed, had $2,000 in my name, and I'm like, why am I stressed? I have nothing to lose.
You got nothing. Sometimes that's the most powerful place to be.
Yeah.
When you have nothing to lose.
And dude, now, even if I lost it all, I'll be like, all right, I fucked up. This sucks. But, I was smart. I can get back there again.
You get back there again, dog. I promise you.
And what decisions did I make that I know I shouldn't have made?
And take ownership.
Yeah. Because at all lengths, man, it's all my fucking fault.
I love what you said. It would be okay. That's.
I feel like a lot of people put too much pressure on themselves. I just wanted my younger self to know that it's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
That's it. And it's cliche because everyone's like, everyone says this shit all the time. It's going to be okay.
No, dog, when you said it, it felt peaceful.
Yeah. Because, it's like a safe place for you to be.
Right.
Everybody's got their safe place. Yeah. For me in my life now, it's not clarity for me anymore. I just want reassurance.
Yeah.
And is that a me problem? Probably. Because I just been fucked over too many times. Right. So I just want reassurance. Right? And I try my best to take care of everybody around me. Everybody around me knows this. I'm always fucking paying for everything. I'm always taking care of everybody. I just want reassurance that no one's going to fuck me.
Yeah.
That's really it.
And you're here because you're real. You desire to be here because you desire to be here, not because of these other alternative motives.
Yeah. I have no fucking, what's the word? I have no motive to sell or to pitch. I don't really care. If I get one client a month from podcasts, okay, it pays for all the travel. Fuck it. Okay? I just don't care.
That's sometimes the best place to be.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump, and we're getting to the end, and I've really enjoyed our time together.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
We're going to dive into some rapid fire.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw some questions out.
Sick.
Don't overthink it. Just fucking go with it. I know you're good off the top, so pretty easy for you. Best ad you've ever created? Describe it in one sentence.
Drunk wives matter.
So good.
I mean, dude, that's literally it.
Wives matter. Let's go, dog. I'm sure that got all kinds of everything.
It was a cup. It was my first e-com ad I launched for a client. And it was a cup. Drunk wives matter. It fucking went berserk on Facebook. Yeah. It was
if you want to really get people going, you got to tap in. Yeah. You're not gonna evoke emotion by not doing something that's going to evoke emotion.
That shit crushed. That was one of my favorite things I did when I was younger.
Worst money you ever spent on a campaign? How much and how fast did you know?
Oh, God. We had a client in the UK. And, dude, at the time, I didn't understand, Facebook compliance that much. So, this was me in my first year in business. I didn't understand much. They ran at your home sex dungeons. So they would come to your house and they would fix your basement to be a sex dungeon. They would lock the couple in there to fix all their problems.
You were their first client or what? How did that get?
No, I did not get a sex dungeon. No. But that was the offer. It was sex dungeons.
At home.
We come to you and we build out the whole dungeon in your basement, and it was to fix your marriage. That's what the offer was. It was listen, if you two are having intimacy issues, it's because you just haven't spiced up the environment. So we come to your house and we build the whole experience. All the nunchucks, the fucking ching chong makaha things, and and we just put you two down there and we just literally lock you up.
Lock you up and you're in it.
It was like a 6-hour thing. So they would just throw you down there and you just have to stay there for 6 hours.
So they would come in, it's like a rental. It's not like a permanent fixture that you have?
No, it's a rental.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Now,
Okay.
they did permanent ones too,
Yeah.
but no one could afford them.
Yeah.
They were like fucking six figures.
Yeah.
Like, no one ever bought that. They would buy the 6 hour. It was like, I think it was like $11,000 for 6 hours.
Wow.
And they would go to the house, build all the shit, and they would just lock you in there for 6 hours.
Wow.
And then you would just do your thing down there.
Wow.
And then you would come back up, and your marriage is supposed to be a lot more fruitful.
What did it work?
I don't know. I never fucking tried it.
I
Like,
mean, that's
you know,
what you're getting. So what was the ad spend and what was the
ad spend was good, but it got the whole entire like business shut down.
Oh, got shut down
Yes.
on Facebook because you violated all the
because
policies.
there was a
You were
bunch
like
of legal shit that happened.
geofencing around the wrong places. Schools and shit like that.
That was the
Little
worst
kids in there.
campaign I ever fucking ran. That was hands down weird.
That was a good
Dude, I've had some weird offers. Some weird offers I've ran in my
I
life.
bet. That sounds like, I mean, you just shared. I mean, it just gets a
You
book.
definitely were not expecting that.
No,
you
that
were
was
expecting
good.
some like fucking hat or T-shirt.
I
right?
didn't, yeah, I mean, but that worked. A book that changed the way you think about business.
The 4 Agreements.
The 4 Agreements is a great book.
Yes.
Yes.
That was definitely a really good book. That like really shot down a lot of my expectations that I was setting on myself and other people.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was definitely a really good book. That like calmed me down a lot more.
I love the 4 Agreements. The client that taught you the most. No name, just a lesson.
No name, just a lesson.
Or you can say the name, doesn't matter.
The lesson is people lie. That was the lesson.
That was the lesson.
And the client was somebody who no names. We ran their e-com ads. This was 3 years ago. My friend Josh, I can say his name. He was one of my mentees. He lived with me in Daytona Beach.
Yeah.
3-4 years ago. This client, we took them from like $60K a month to $260,000 a month. I forget the exact number.
Yeah.
I'll ask Josh, but basically, I woke up one morning. We worked them for about 6 to 8 months, and they paid us maybe about $25,000 to $30,000.
Yeah.
I wake up one morning, I have a chargeback for like all the fucking amounts.
Oh wow.
All the amounts, by the way, not just 1 month.
No, the whole thing.
fucking thing. And I'm like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
It was a couple.
Yeah.
I forgot. I'm not going to say their names. Him and her.
Yeah.
Okay? Her, we call her, and she's like, he killed himself. And I'm like, listen, bro. I, like, have empathy, but I didn't believe it. So I questioned it. Instead of being like, I'm sorry for your loss. My fault. It got her mad. I was like, there's no fucking way. Stop. You're trying to tell me that before a guy takes his own life,
He's
his
gonna do a
first
charge
thing,
back. He's
That
gonna do a
is
charge.
fucking
I'm gonna do the
bullshit.
charge back on the card.
So, I got attorneys involved. Took me about 45 days to get them a letter through a processor. And me being the curious person that I am, this guy was nowhere to be found, actually. Okay. Winds up, he went missing. I got curious one day. And I was like, I'm just going to like fucking pick up another phone. I'm going to try to call him. Go through phone directories with his name. I paid phone directories to like, you know how they hide the phone numbers on some sites? I paid all these fucking sites.
Yeah, let me find
Got
it.
the phone numbers. And I guess he opened up a new phone. Call it. He answers. She lied.
Not dead.
Not dead.
Not dead.
She lied about her own husband killing himself to get out of paying us more money.
That is wild.
And that's what I realized, that I'm going to say this bluntly. I'm just not a big people person. I'm just not a big people person. I like dogs more than people.
Dogs are great. Just, not the younger Jason.
Dude, I tried so hard to give people the benefit of the doubt when I was younger, bro. It was the most exhausting activity in my life.
I mean, I will tell you though, when you can stay open and your heart open and vulnerable that way, you'll get fucked sometimes.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what can be created from that is so much more, bro.
Yeah.
And it's the hardest thing
That's
to do.
one of the hardest things for me to fix right now is that I just like don't let a lot of people in.
Yeah.
Because now that like I just had so many people become friends just for like motives or money or help or access.
The
and I'm
biggest
like, fuck.
gift though then becomes when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, even when you know. And it doesn't matter what happens. If they're going to, like DMX, he was like, no, a thief is a thief. No, this person is this person. but don't expect them to be different than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, we're not going to change people, set people for who they are. And like, I went through a whole lot of process of forgiveness.
That's hard. You know? It's very hard because I was so in the infancy of the business that I was like really trying my hardest.
Oh, that's when it's, of course.
And you're so like attached to outcomes.
You're so attached to outcomes.
So you're like, oh, like the outcome's like fucking my life.
Yeah.
And then they do that and it feels like betrayal.
It feels like betrayal.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah.
Well, that's a big one. Pokemon cards or paid traffic?
Paid traffic.
Let's go, man.
I love Pokemon. It does better than the S&P. But yeah, bro, my life has been built on paid traffic. Yeah.
Let's go. You still have the McLaren or marketing budget. Pick one forever.
McLaren or marketing budget. Damn. Fuck. I'll be honest, man. That's really hard. Shit. I really like my fucking car. I'm going to pick the marketing budget.
You always get a new one.
I have to, man.
You got to have the marketing budget. One thing every business owner needs to hear before spending their first dollar on ads.
If you call your leads within 60 seconds, you'll never worry about money again.
Call your leads within 60 seconds, and you'll never worry about money again.
That's it.
Wow. That's a good one, huh? Mm-hmm. Right when it comes in, you get on it.
You give it 300% increase in revenue just from doing that in 60 seconds versus 3 minutes.
This wasn't on my list, but VSL versus webinar.
Webinar. Yeah, all day. VSLs are so outdated to where you could use AI to write yours, and everybody's using the same fucking goddamn Claude script. Everyone's the same exact VSL script. But your webinar can be completely different.
Yeah, that can come from your heart.
I have a lot of fun shit that I do in my webinars. Like, we spin wheels, we do giveaways. I have my dog spin the wheel. Like, we do some fun shit with webinars. Like, it brings you into a personality instead of just like some guy who wants to sell you some shit.
All right.
So yeah,
that makes sense. Culinary school gave you nothing, true or false?
It did. True. Gave me the ability to talk to women.
There we go.
That was it. Yep.
Food is a good way to get that depth into their heart. Last question. You had a growth hormone deficiency that took basketball away from you. Dropped out of school. You were lost. You saw one ad on YouTube and decided to bet everything on yourself. That bet turned into 1,300 businesses scaled, 148 million generated, and an Inc. 5000 company. But before any of that, there was a kid in high school who just found out his body wouldn't let him play the game he loved. If you could sit across from that kid right now, just you and him, what would you tell him?
I'd probably say there's a life outside of basketball. Like, there's more to life than basketball. Because now you're attaching yourself to an actual, like, game. You know? Like, I loved basketball a lot. Yeah.
Sounds
that
like
was really important to me when I was younger. That's the way that I avoided all the bullying and shit. Like, that was the way that I looked at basketball as, like, a ticket out. So that was really important to me. Yeah, basketball was definitely the thing. And I got to... It was the only place in the entire world where I actually won. Like, I wasn't good with, friendships or women or whatever that thing is. I was just really good at basketball. Like, that was definitely... Yeah, like, video games, that was fictitious. That was like, every kid plays video games. But, like, that was the one place in life where I won. And to tell myself, oh, well, it has to end... definitely sucked. Yeah, that definitely sucked. Yeah. Because I thought that was everything. Like, I surrounded my whole life around basketball. Like, everything was around basketball, bro. Everything. Yeah. Like, my bed had basketballs on it.
Everything.
My fucking pillow had a basketball on it. Yeah. Like, an imprint. Like, everything had a basketball. My shoes I wore to school were basketball shoes. Everything was basketball. My book bag had a basketball keychain. Everything was basketball.
If you took yourself out of where you are right now, and let's say you put yourself at your highest version of you, that person of you. Is there something that resonates with the advice you just gave your younger self now?
Yeah, there's life outside of making money. I'd probably take the same thing now that I did back then, except that's basketball and this is money. All right. Like, money's not everything.
Money's not everything.
Doesn't solve everything. Does it make me stress sometimes? Like, yeah, bro, there's months where things don't go well.
Of course.
There's times where I shit the bed and I lose money and, like, whatever. But, like, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, it's funny because last month was our biggest month ever, but this month's been slow. It's weird.
Yeah.
So, like, now I'm like, oh, like, is that a sign? And I look into it too much.
Of course.
I look into it too much. I'm like, it must be a fucking sign.
It's that whole,
bro,
thing.
it's not a fucking sign, jackass. Like, maybe it's time to maybe take your foot off the gas just a little bit. And that was the same month that I'm not doing this, like, whole podcast tour, trying to do all these podcasts. So I'm like, all right, like, take my foot off the gas, one place. And I've always had this weird illusion. I don't know if you experience this, but, bro, I shit you not. I have traveled probably 60 times in my life to different countries or went on a cruise or wherever the fuck. Like, if I drive to another state, that's not a vacation. I'm talking like you get on a plane, you go somewhere. Is it just me, or does every time I travel, I get fucked business-wise? Because I shit you not, bro, all my friends think I'm psychotic about it.
Oh, my God.
Every time I travel and I'm not home, I make less money. And I think it's voodoo. Or is it just the fact that I have to be so addicted to my business in order for it to make money? Like, bro, like I shit you not. Every time I travel, things just dip. Like, it's weird as fuck. Like, yesterday, I was still in Phoenix. We closed 10 people that day. Today, we've only closed 1 so far. It's the fucking weirdest shit. Every time I leave or travel, we just don't make as much money. But when I'm home, I could be sitting on my ass. But as long as I'm home, things are good. And it's the weirdest thing I've ever dealt with, bro. And every single time it happens. Every time it happens. And it's like, is voodoo real? Dude, it's so weird. And it's not even like, oh, dude, you're being exaggerative. There's got to be one time where
you
things
could tie it together.
But, dude, like, every time I've traveled, my girlfriend fucking laughs every time. And I'm like, it's not fucking funny. But we'll get on a plane, we land, and I'll get some fucking shit happen.
Yeah.
Team member, like, this morning, 2 team members are sick, 1 person quit, and we sell 1 person. I was just home yesterday. Everyone's fucking happy.
Yeah.
I'm like, why does it happen as soon as I land?
Yeah.
Weird.
Something to think about.
Weird,
Maybe sometimes when we hold on too tight.
Yeah.
Because that's maybe what's happening. Is at times we have to let go.
Yeah.
And you've tied that identity so tight. I'll challenge you with this. We're going down to Mexico May 1st through 3rd to build a home for a family, go down to the orphanage down there and volunteer. I would love for you to come join us. I think that would create a huge impact in your life, dog.
Cool. May 1st?
May 1st through 3rd.
1st to the 3rd.
It'll be the best 3 days that you spent.
I hope I don't have an event that day. Is that a weekend or a weekday?
It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Shit. Okay. Is the 4th the Saturday?
No, 1st is the Friday, 2nd is Saturday, 3rd is
Okay. Then I should be fine.
Sunday.
Yeah, I should be good.
Let's do it.
That's cool. Hell
Bro,
yeah.
I promise you, it'll be something you remember for the rest of your life.
So you're able to build a whole school in 3 days?
No, we're building a whole home for a family.
Oh,
Change their
okay.
whole life. It's the most
So
incredible
it's all
thing.
done in just a couple days.
Just a couple days, we build the whole thing. We give them the keys. They have new furniture. Like,
oh, shit.
We do the whole thing. Completely changes their whole life. And that how grateful they are for so little shifts your whole perspective.
That's crazy. That's badass, dude.
We'll do that, and then we'll
Hell
circle
yeah.
back and do another podcast after.
Imagine fucking go to Mexico, business collapse. Like,
or maybe that one. Maybe that's when it blows up.
yeah.
Well, Jason, thank you for being so real today. So grateful, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dove in. I create a lot of value for a lot of people is what always our intention is. And I applaud you because I feel like We did exactly that today. If somebody's searching for you, they want to connect with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Yeah, they can just go on Instagram at the Jason Wojo, and they can follow the journey there.
Follow the journey at Jason Wojo. Let's go, dog. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Gynergy Effect podcast. We're grateful for you. We don't take your time, your energy, any of that lightly. Please like, follow, subscribe, do all those things if you do find value, and share it. Until then, I'll see you next time. Let's go.
If this episode spoke to your soul,
Share it with someone you love and tag us at the Gynergy Effect. We'd love to connect.
and remember, your energy is your power. Use it with intention.